Well, good morning. This is me, distracted again.
I'm just a girl, a wonderful girl, the sweetest one in town.
Do you want a chewy? Okay. Mommy will give you one. Good morning, everybody. Maybelle's waiting on her chewy. It is Friday. It's Friday. And I have a live sale today with Alex at 1. Chapter 2 vintage. At 1 o'clock today. So when I get to the shop, I have everything ready, but when I get to the shop, I need to do a few like paperworky type things. And I'm probably going to start editing a video. I did have some sales. I think 4 things on eBay sale last night. So we'll pull those as soon as we get to the shop and I'll show you those things. And I would like to also get my things for Tuesday sale out. And so I can give you a little bit of a preview for Tuesday's live sale. And whatever else we can seem to get ourselves into. I don't know. I wanted to say too, I got my cookbook here and I'm going to overwhelmingly, you guys had said that you would like for me to do some sort of a cooking something. I'm going to look at this is the Joy of Liberace cookbook. I'm going to look through it and I'm going to see how, just how intense the lasagna recipe is. We may not be able to start with the lasagna recipe, but I'll look into it. So, I'm going to take this to the shop. Oh, I'm going to put it in my bag. So, look at that. So we'll see about that. Retro recipes from America's Kitschiest Kitchen. Liberace's. All right. So, all right, let's go ahead and get to the shop. I'm not having coffee this morning. I'm having an Alani. Sometimes I switch it up a little bit. Get me an Alani. All right, let's get to the shop. Before we get to the shop, though, I just wanted to show you. I brought home my snow bunny from Bob and Kim. I'm adding it with my other one that I got with a little bird. So I don't ever turn those mushrooms on. They do light up. Those are the Cracker Barrel mushrooms. These are from Aldi. Yeah. Well, I got mine from the antique mall. But you can get these 2 from Aldi. You can. Walmart, I don't know. I was in Walmart the other day. I didn't even look to see if they had any left. But apparently Aldi has the large flocked bunnies as well. Those are from Target from a couple of years ago. But I love my bunny, Kim and Bob. Thank you so much. And look, Bronson, I got my baby right there with my Maybelle rock. Good morning. This is me, distracted again. I tell you what, I got to trying to post an Instagram link with the tulips, and I had trouble with it. But anyway, it's posted. But if you're interested in the tulips, the faux tulips, I'll show you here in a minute. But I posted a thing on Instagram where if you comment, then you can get a direct link sent to you. But it's kind of a whole confusing thing. But I think I figured it out. But anyway, if you want, I'll show you the tulips in a minute. But let's focus on the eBay sales, shall we? I had some eBay sales overnight. Let's pull them together. These little Murano style stacking snack bowls. Those sold. And then I had, it was a Halloween thing. Where is it at? These sold. These are reclaimed brass door plates. Ooh, there we are. They're beautiful. They're like a neoclassical brass door plate. They're reclaimed. And the same buyer. And I love this kind of stuff because I know someone's probably remodeling a home and they needed these for isn't that gorgeous? Let me take one out of the bag. See, I just feel like we need to admire these for a minute. I mean, it's up to the buyer if they want to polish them. But I love that. And they bought all of them. They bought all that I had. And then I sold a scarf. This was in one of my FabFitFun boxes, I believe. It's a Timberland scarf. And then that person also bought this. Isn't that a weird combination? I love this person. They're like, I'm fancy, I'm quirky. But this is a Base Jupiter Space Commander poncho. It is a vintage Halloween costume. It's never been opened. So that was pretty fun. That was a great pickup. I think I got that at Goodwill, believe it or not. So those are going to all go out to their new homes today. And I'm going to start making the reel for Tuesday's sale. I've got to also start sitting down and taking pictures for my Tuesday quickie sale. So I'm gonna have that sale, and then I'm going to, on Thursday, I'll have my buyer's choice. I've got it all kinds of funsies. Look, let's take a little sneak peek. There's some goobers and Artisan de Rinconada, and that, and a little sailor, all kinds of funsies. Some Nestler eggs. That's gonna be Tuesday. No, that's gonna be Thursday at 1. Tuesday is going to be, there's Cupies, and this is going to be the quickie sale. So I'm going to see how many lots I can get through in 30 minutes. And the cool and fun thing is that there's going to be sales up until 10 o'clock. So on Vamp, just a little quickie sale. So there's going to be, I'll have to count them all. I'm going to include the graphic right there, but I'll also put it in the link in the description. So go over and check out these Vamp sellers. You know, I have to say, you know, I don't want to say I get stressed out, but I want these sellers to do well on the platform. And I mean, in full transparency, I do get commission because I do own the marketplace. Michael and I split the commissions. We each get 2.5% commission per sale, which is pennies. It isn't really making up a lot of difference as far as putting money in my pocket or in Michael's pocket for the amount of time, energy, and effort, and putting our name on our marketplace, which is why we're very, very picky, and we are very, very selective about who the sellers are. It's just not going to be anybody that wants to come on. I want to bring on new sellers as well. And we have new sellers, and we have sellers that have zero social media presence. But I want it to be people that share our same ethics, I guess, as far as running a reselling business, getting shipping done within 3 business days, and yada, 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 shipping things safely and on time and providing good customer service. So I want these sellers, but I stress out because I want them to feel like they're being able to grow their business. So I really, really want people to show up and to encourage them to keep going and to keep at it. You know that old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. Vamp is just a platform to us that is such a labor of love, because we have Michael and I we talk about this all the time, but we both have such an immense passion, and we see how reselling has changed our lives, how it can change other people's lives, not only monetarily, but just if you're just doing it as a hobby seller, or if you're just passionate and you love vintage and antiques. It isn't, a million, you're not going to make money overnight. You may not be able to just quit your job overnight. And Vamp is a new platform, but we truly and 100% believe in it. And, we do provide a lot of support, and I get a little emotional about it because it's something that I've dreamed about doing for such a long time. Ever since I started selling online virtually and doing the live sales, it's just something that I've always wanted to kind of create, was this online marketplace. So I'm so proud. So thank you guys for all of the support. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm beaming with pride. But I do stress out and worry that sellers are going to be like, well, I'm not selling anything, or it's not, it's going to take us, in order for us to grow, it's going to take people coming in and finding out about Vamp. And so just try to pop in. And at least even if you're not purchasing anything, that you're showing some support. Because I know that a lot of times sellers may look and be like, when we do the events on Vamp, like when we do the Blitz and things like that, there's a lot of people. There's like 300 people sometimes at the sale. And then when a seller does a sale by themselves and there's not the big fanfare, there might be 15 people there. But those 15 people are important. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say other than I really want them to be successful and feel like their hard work is being, is worth it. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's just a lot of pressure that we can sometimes, well, I know that it's a pressure that I put on myself. I know Michael puts it on himself as well, but it's just something that we really believe in. Okay. Let me get out of my feelings and let's start shipping these eBay purchases. Well, we're going to try to do a little bit of a shipping with me again. But I'm going to have to touch my camera a little bit. Don't pay attention to that trash down there. But these little bowls here, they stack really, really nice. And again, I wrapped them in paper first. I know that these little ship with me's might be helpful to some people, and some people may not really care, but I'm going to include some here now and again. But we just wrap this up in paper. Again, I get all of my paper from Amazon. It's linked in my Amazon storefront. You can check that out if you want. Over there. My shipping station is a little bit of a mess. It is a little bit of a mess. Put that one in there like that, and then. Once you get I know that, let me raise this up a little bit. Good grief. Now you're crooked. Can we see everything now? I know that shipping is probably one of the biggest hurdles that people face when it comes to reselling. And it can be scary, but once you start doing it, you can get fast at it. I mean, I do all of my I do everything. I do everything as far as my business is concerned myself. Although I am looking into hiring a bookkeeper because I can't, because that stuff just makes me nervous. So there's two things that I hire things out. One is a CPA. Two, I'm looking at doing a bookkeeper because I'm going to lose my mind. Because I don't like numbers. It makes me want to throw up thinking about it. So I keep really good receipts. I got baggies filled, but I don't have time to sit down and do all this. So I'm going to look into that. I'm going to look into getting a bookkeeper. Okay, so I am rolling. We tuck and roll. Tape. Use the least amount of tape that you can. I use 3 pieces of tape typically. You don't want to tape your item to death. And also another thing that kind of drives me a little nuts, if we're just being honest, is when I get an item and it's got that saran wrap all over it. I don't like that because I'm like, no, I want to get my goodies. You know what I mean? Although I do. I mean, there's probably some people that are like, yeah, I don't like all the tissue paper that you put in your packages, Misty. That's okay. I don't know. I like it. It makes me happy. It does. I've got all this extra paper in bins. Like when I go to the antique malls and stuff, and I save all of the paper that things are wrapped in, and then, we use them as filler for our boxes. We're recycling the paper and using them again. And I've said it many, many times, that this is a 10 by 8 by 6 box. I use this size a lot. 10 by 8 by 6, 8 by 6 by 4, 12 by 12 by 8. Those are the 3 sizes that I use the majority of the time. I also like a good 12 by 12 by 3. You can tell when you ship a lot, when you're like, ooh, I like a 12 by 12 by 3 box. Those are good. Those are good size box. So I do keep some of those on hand. And again, I get them all on Amazon. All right, so I've got my little packets here. Got my paper shoved in my box. I am just going to take one piece of tissue paper, wrap one of the little bowls in the tissue paper just to make it a little pretty. Just to make it a little pretty. I'm not good at wrapping Christmas presents. It never looks very pretty. But it's just like the presentation when someone's taking it out of the box. I don't like that color here. I've got this extra over here that was left over from another package that I have gotten. We're gonna reuse this tool. Just wrapping that tool around a little bit. I know you can't even see what I'm doing right now because my camera's a little too high. Adding your card. I got a whole little compartment here that I keep package toppers. That was a price tag. I don't think I want to send that to somebody. So this little card says, let your beautiful soul explore with happiness. Just a little something. And my friend Ann Eckhart sent me a bunch of her stickers. So I'm going to stick a couple of those in there. And then this other one, I'm not going to put tissue paper around, but I will put a little tool around that. And then I get all these stickers on Temu. These are just like little Easter stickers. So we'll just kind of stick those on there. Like that. So we have our two little bundles. They're gonna go in our box, our 10 by 8 by 6. Put them in there like so. Like that. Put some paper around them. I do like to put some, like if you're doing two things, I'll put some paper in between to prevent them from like rubbing together, that sort of thing. But it's good to put paper all the way around the item. So when the post office when they're shipping their items, they're stacking them in the trucks, which is what they do. Or let's be honest, when they're tossing them, because that happens too. There's cushioning all the way around to prevent them from being like something sitting on top of it, squishing it. I mean, you can use like this as leftover bubble wrap. That's fine too. And then we'll just put this leftover bubble wrap on top. And we're closing it up. I got my eBay tape. I use for my eBay packages. And you just make sure that this box I could throw this box across the room and I, for the most part, would be feeling like it's gonna not be broken. So it's protected. And this is weighing 2 pounds, 5.9. So we're gonna round that up to 2 pounds, 6 ounces. I write that on the box. This is an eBay order. And then I go over to eBay and print off the label. Now, I get a lot of questions too. Well, Misty, how much do you know how to charge people for shipping? Well, I do calculated shipping on eBay. So depending on where I am, where they're at, that it's calculated. But when you're making your listing, you need to put in the dimensions and the weight. So I do so much shipping. I've done so much shipping the past 5 years that I kind of have a general idea, although I do keep a scale next to me when I'm listing, if to just kind of get a ballpark. But if you're weighing just the item, then you have to take into account the paper that you're putting into it, the box, and all of those things. So you have to kind of guess up a little bit. You do have the option on eBay to refund for shipping overages, which I always highly recommend that you do because that's just good customer service. I usually typically keep it about a $5 variant there. So if it's over $5, I will refund the buyer. But if it's under $5, I don't really mess with it. Sometimes when someone's buying multiple items, like someone bought that scarf and that Halloween costume, sometimes eBay will combine those shippings, but sometimes it doesn't get combined. And so then you want to go in and see if there's any overages. And also on Vamp, if that is one of the requirements as a seller on Vamp, is that you must refund your shipping overages. And again, I do, and I tell the sellers to keep that like $5 kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Gauge, I guess, $5 gauge. And you know, it's up to the seller, but if it's, you know, we want our buyers to be happy, and we don't want our buyers to be overgouged in shipping. That's one of the reasons why I stopped selling on another platform, because they overcharge their buyers in shipping, and I didn't like that. Anyway, so that is this item. So we're gonna get that label printed off. Let me show you how, like, I'm gonna do these. They're not breakable, they're floppy. Although they're valuable, this is valuable. So we still want them to arrive safe and sound. I love, again, these are linked in my Amazon storefront, a huge Ziploc bag. It protects things from getting wet. Like if you're shipping ephemera, it just protects it from getting wet, because sometimes boxes get left outside, and the boxes, if it's a rainstorm or a snowstorm, can get wet. So I love these big oversized bags. I'm gonna put in, I've got this little postcard here that says thank you. We're gonna put in our card. We're gonna put in a little, you have done enough to be loved card. Let's put in a just be kind sticker. And where are these people from? I have all these state stickers, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's put in just something quirky. How about a little recipe card? We'll stick those in, and I'm just gonna put them in the bag. I put both of the items together, put them in the bag. Hug it. We give it a hug. We're giving your item a hug, buyer. Hope you got your big hug from us. And I don't know why, but I tape it down. And then I have these stickers here that just say thank you. So we'll put a little thank you sticker. We'll give them a couple little Easter stickers on their bag as well, just for funsies. Just for funsies. And then, oh gosh, you guys know what? Hopefully we will. I don't know if it's gonna fit. We're gonna use our 12 by 12 by 3 special. Now, what I could do is I could wrap this up in like a recycled box, make like a little hard shell for it, and then put it in a big poly bag. I love these big, now this is a big poly bag, but I also have really big poly bags. I get these from You Pack and Ship. Wonderful company. I highly recommend, especially if you're wanting really fun poly bags. I'll link You Pack and Ship down in the description, but highly recommend You Pack and Ship. But since this is a vintage Halloween costume, I just feel like it should go in a box, you know? So we got a 12 by 12 by 3. I love the size. I don't know why. It's just like small, and I don't know. It's just a good size box. We'll put this inside the box. Oh, it fits like a dream. I did put a little bit of paper down in the bottom. I don't know. Maybe it's not necessary to do that, but gosh, I just feel like it just, like when you open a box, you know, sometimes when you get an Amazon box and you're like, boy, they just throw that in the box. I don't know. It's probably just a weird me thing. Probably is just a weird me thing. This is 1.9, so that would be 1 pound, 10 ounces. This is a 12 by 12 by 3. And that one's ready to go. And then what one do we have left? We have these. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to take them out of these baggies that I was just keeping them in, and I am going to use one of my sheets of paper, cut it in half. Don't you hate that? And you start to tear it, and it just tears. Weird. And then I'm going to wrap these in the paper. individually. But I'm cutting the paper in half, so I'm not using as much paper. You know, they're not gonna break, but I'm gonna wrap each of these in a half a sheet of paper. Then I'm gonna stack them just like this, and then I'm gonna take some bubble wrap and I'm gonna wrap all of them together and put them in the box. I think that's the best way to do it. I'll come back when I'm gonna speed it up, but I'll come back when I'm done, and I'll show you what I mean when we do a little packet. So I'm gonna speed the video up now. You're gonna see Misty go real fast. Okay, see? They're all wrapped up in paper individually, and then I just wrapped the whole bundle in bubble wrap. I'm gonna take tissue paper and wrap them up. Woo. These are a little heavy too because they are brass. Let's see, we got a little one left. And you know, I've wrapped all of these items really, really quickly and did not take me that much time. So just know that it doesn't take a whole lot of time. You can get things wrapped up very, very, very quickly. We'll put these couple stickers in. I'm gonna add a bunny. Let's add a little bunny on there, like that. Yep. And I think this is probably gonna go in it's gonna ship, well, I don't know where it's going to. It's going to New York, so I'm going to use a priority box. I do like to, if I can, and like if it was going to California, it's good to try to save your customer a little bit of money and shipping it ground. But on eBay, they've already paid for it. So see, it just fits right in there. eBay, they paid for the shipping already. So we have to use what shipping they paid for. So they have paid for priority shipping, so I might as well use a priority box. And that's it. Quick and easy. 3 pounds, 4.8. So this is 3.5. I'm gonna write brass on here so I remember what it is. So if you're doing all of your shipping first and then you're going and printing off your labels, it's a good idea to maybe give yourself a little reminder what's in here so you don't get to your computer and you're like, what was that? I don't remember. But that's the long and short of it. It doesn't take very long to get some shipping done. I have shipped over 30, 40 items in 2 hours. It can be done, and invoice and send the label, and so it can be done. It doesn't have to take you all day to do your shipping. All right, I'm gonna print these labels off, and then I will go to read our affirmations because we haven't done that yet. I also wanted to show you my tulips. There they are. Amazon. I have the link. They're linked in my Amazon storefront. So the Amazon storefront link is in the description. But see how they're smushy? And you can bend them. So this is just one order. And I think I paid $19 for all of these tulips. And you can bend them. So when you put them in, like this one was a little smushy though. You can bend them to make them, and then what I did is I just let me show you. Let me put this down here. This is one of my favorite antique pictures. You can see I just shoved some paper down there. So you know how tulips sometimes they'll like, fall. So you can, bend them to make them. But isn't that great? I absolutely love them. So they are linked in my Amazon storefront. They come, you can get like all solid color, but I'm just all about all of the colors. So I got all of the colors, but I order a new thing every year. So they're like in every room of my house, but I absolutely love them. I think that they're gorgeous. Okay, so I didn't feel like sitting down over there because if I sit down, I may not get back up again. I'm going to take a swig of Alani. Also, cherry slush is my go-to. They've got an orange one that I thought I would like. I'm not a fan. I'm a cherry slush girl. That's the one that I stock up on. Okay, year of positive thinking. Oh gosh, today is a little bit longer of one, so get cozy. March 22nd. You are the one in charge. This is a quote from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, and it says, I have come to the frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element. It is my personal approach that creates the climate. It is my daily mood that makes the weather. I possess tremendous power to make life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis is escalated or de-escalated. And a person is humanized or dehumanized. If we treat people as they are, we make them worse. If we treat people as they ought to be, we help them become what they are capable of becoming. I love that. I think that sometimes people can live and wallow in self-doubt and feel like they can't compete with anybody else. This kind of goes along with what I was talking about with the whole vamp thing. I think that if you can be an inspiration for people, and it doesn't mean on social media, that's not what I'm trying to say. If you can, where you're at, and you see somebody else and you want them to see the potential that they have, you just have to let them know that you believe in them. That's it. Helping them see what they are capable of. You yourself can adjust the climate of your surroundings. If you walk in a room and you're like, well, hey everybody, it's Friday. Happy Friday. It sucks here. What is that going to do for the tone of the room? If you walk in and you're like, hey guys, it's Friday. Are you guys looking for the weekend? I mean, immediately, now there might be some people that might roll their eyes and be like, oh God, but it's those people that live in a constant negative mindset that there isn't anything that you can try. And I trust me when I say that I would, and I do, but I think that you can set the tone and you can there's a difference, I think, between being inauthentic and authentic. If you're authentically really wanting people to see their capabilities, I think that shows up as truly genuine. I really, really do. You can't be pushed. I don't think that you should go in and you be like, well, this is how you should do it. And you should only do it this way. And any other way, don't do it that way. That way's wrong. You got to do it the way that I do it, because the way I do it is the best. That doesn't work for everybody, because everybody has different situations. Not everybody has a building where they can do their shipping and they don't have to have it all out on their dining room table. I'm very blessed that I have this space. I'm well aware. But I did it at home. I did it on my dining room table for a couple of years. So I know what that's like. But I don't know. I think sometimes it's all in your mindset and it's all in your approach. But you also can't be a doormat for people that are constantly looking at you to constantly give them something. They have to see that. They have to find that within themselves too. That was a whole long tirade. TED Talk is over. All right. Our card for the day is, I have everything I need within myself. Just believe in yourself and allow yourself to grow. You have within you all the resources you need. Now, you may not have the financial resources, but gosh darn it, all you need is a dedication to make a change. I mean, that's it. If that doesn't cost any money, you know, I lost 40 pounds by stopping to drink soda. Now I'm drinking this Alani, but that's sugar-free. There you are, camera. That's sugar-free. So I'm trying to make little changes. That's actually saving me money by not drinking the soda pop. And it has made a difference. I'm not sleeping any better because I'm struggling with the sleep still. But I think that's just part of being in postmenopausal, and just my mind on 5,000 million things just prevents me from getting. I even tried meditation last night to go to sleep. And Mark woke up and was like, I had it on YouTube. They have like these meditation, like for sleep channels. And he was like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, be quiet. It takes you 4 seconds to fall asleep. And I'm like dying over here wanting sleep. So anyway, you can make little changes to make a positive impact. This is my lunch today, by the way. Throw that over there. All right. So affirmations over. I didn't put my graphic in, but I mean, I didn't say I was putting it in, but you can, I put it in when I'm editing. All right. So I'm going to, it's 10:26. I'm going to go over and get my reel done. And then when I'm done, I'll show you the things I'm going to bring for Tuesday's sale. Okay, here's a little sneaky peeky at Tuesday's live sale items. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm creating lots of vintage photographs. So there'll be 2 lots over here. And I got some sewing stuff, and I've created a couple lots of these little jars with buttons and sewing notions in them. And then some pinking shear. So it'll be like a pinking shear and a jar. That's going to be the lot. I got an antique Cupid postcard. And that's great. It's a clever card. And you can use it as a little stand. It was never posted. But still, it's a antique Cupid card. Oh, I also have a thing of buttons. You know what? Let's see if any of these glow. I haven't looked to see if any of these buttons glow. I might like put a little, this is kind of a crappy jar. I don't know. I might zhuzh up the jar a little bit, but do any of these buttons glow? Here, let's take this whole thing back over here because I want to see if the other ones that I created glow too. I didn't even look. Let's see. Do any of you glow? I mean, the white ones will show up as glowing, but I don't think any, wait. Yeah, there's some glowers in there. How about in here? Oh, yes, there's some glowers that aren't just the white ones. And then I have this thing. I'll be making some more lots, but see, you're a glower. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we got some glowers. We got some glowers in here, folks. That's a glower. Anyway, okay. Sorry, I got a little distracted with the glowing things. And then I've got 3 Nestler eggs that are still sealed. So we've got these 3, this beautiful white milk glass basket, this little jam jar, little jam head guy. I can't remember. Who makes you? I guess you're a girl. I don't know. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, but you're cute. Doesn't matter. You're cute. A couple of these Taiwan swung vases. This is Napco. Little dog piggy bank. It looks like Michael's doggy. You look a little bit like Gracie. I got some micro mosaics, the brooch and the earrings. This is a great enamel brooch. This glows as well. I think I showed you that yesterday. The little stinker game, it's like Old Maid. They're tiles. It is complete. I'm selling some of my These were mine. I have got to get rid of some of them. I have so many of them. This one does have a little bit of a boober in his head, but I think I have like 6 of these. I don't need that many of them. I think I've got 4 of these. I don't need that many of them. I love them, but I don't need that many of them. This Easter coloring book. This is a Ruthie Newton squeak, and I got the bunny yesterday. I already have this green. I collect these, but I have the green one already, so I'm going to sell that one. I love her. Isn't she sweet? She is an Arco. She's a planter. She's so great for spring and summer. I love her. And then the stinky cheese. You can put your favorite stinky cheese in this little trinket. You can, if you would like. This is a Fenton Silvercrest bowl. And then I love the little Beatrice Potter squeezy guys. This peacock feather brooch. Was that it? And the buttons. I don't know. I have to count and see if this is 20. It might be more than 20. Maybe some of these will be, I don't know. I didn't make my list yet. So getting ready to do that now to see if I have more than enough. And then my giveaways on Tuesday, I'm going to give away 2 of the emotional support pickles. I love it. And then a couple of these really odd Easter cards, these anthropomorphic Easter cards. And then some of my stickers like I always give away. But that's going to be Tuesday. So, yay. That's Tuesday, 1 o'clock p.m. on YouTube. But don't forget, at 5 p.m. on Vamp, will be like a whole series of sales. I got to work on a graphic for that. But a whole series of live sellers starting at 5 p.m. Eastern over on Vamp. Quick flash sales. It's quickies. Do you want a quickie with us? Well, come on over to Vamp starting at 5 p.m. Eastern. All right. I may be ending this video. I'm going to hold off ending it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end it because I think we've done a lot. And all I had to do is a sale at 1. And then by the time that's over, it's going to be time for me to go home. So we'll go ahead and end the vlog, right? With let's put the tulips in the background. Those are so good. I love those tulips. Anyway, the link for the tulips is in my Amazon storefront. But guys, thank you so much for, these vlogs are just kind of all over the place. We did a lot already. We got some shipping done. I showed you some eBay sales. But, I'm going to really try to focus on, I don't need to go out shopping all of the time. When I do go out shopping, you're going to go with me, obviously. But I have plenty of things that I don't need to do that. So I'm honestly thinking, see, I could say I want to do a shop my shelves, but I don't know if I want to do that because I like curating the things. You see what I'm saying? It makes me happy to curate the sales. That's part of the fun of it for me. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe after I have the shop all set up, like this is my booth area right here. Right in here is my booth area. So maybe like after the pop-up, when I've got all of the stuff out, maybe then I can do a, hey, shop my shelves. You know what I'm just thinking? I have an idea. I'm not going to say it out loud to you yet because I'm going to talk to everybody else first, but I have an idea. We'll see. Let me mull it over a little bit, but thank you so much for watching. I know I'm just kind of all over the place, but I mean, that's me. Look at those tubs of linens. Anyway, okay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the vlog. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello friends, thanks so much for watching the video. Don't forget I have a second channel, The Misty Show. I would love for you to come over and follow me. Also, don't forget that I have live sales every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern right here on my YouTube channel. And go ahead and check out the virtual antique marketplace. It is an online antique mall. There's lots of different booths and lots of different sellers. So go check that out. The link to everything is down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one.
A bald-headed man put his hair in the middle. I'm a red hot mama, but I have to turn my temper down. girl, I'm the sweetest one in town. You can search for miles around, and no one like me can be found.